Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. We're going to talk about Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, because I know we're all very, very excited to see how the Skywalker saga ends with Rey rising. Oh, I'm sorry, did I let that slip out? Okay, it's kind of old news because we've discussed this before. The leaks that have been out there on Reddit for quite some time, yeah, they're mostly true. It seems like every time Disney drops a new trailer or shows some more promotional art, the leaks are proven true time and time again. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the fact that the new actors involved with the Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy are done. They're out. They're not coming back. They're tired of it. They don't want to do Disney Star Wars anymore, including Oscar Isaac. And I think possibly John Boyega, because he's making some comments that he's not real happy with everyone expecting him to act quote-unquote Disney. So we're going to talk about that. So before we do, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants here on Clownfish TV. We're over 80,000 subs. Thank you so much for that. Hoping to hit 100,000 soon. We really, really appreciate the support, guys. We've literally doubled in subs in the last like 3 or 4 months. And it's been amazing. Thank you. Okay, so first we're going to talk about that ending in The Rise of Skywalker, and then we're going to talk about how it looks like at least Oscar Isaac is not coming back. He doesn't want to come back. And John Boyega does not seem like he wants to play ball with Disney. At least he doesn't want to be a Disney prince. Let's put it that way. So Screen Rant says that The Rise of Skywalker gives Rey a satisfying emotional ending. Well, if the leaks are true, and they seem to be true, then Rey does get an ending that would be satisfying to Daisey Ridley, because Rey basically gets to walk off with everything, including the Skywalker name, of which she was not born into. I'm sorry, did I spoil it for you? The spoilers have been out there for like 4 or 5 months. Everybody, they're out there. We'll talk a little bit about that. You've been warned. You've been warned. Don't get salty. And I think this ending is going to be incredibly divisive with the fans. I think this is actually going to divide the fandom more than The Last Jedi. If it plays out the way I think it's going to play out, a lot of people are going to be really pissed. Geeky sent me this morning, talking about The Rise of Skywalker, talking about this panel, and everybody's excited that, look, the entire cast is together. But there's one very noticeable absence. Hamill himself, as Aaron Sparrow points out. Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, is not on this panel. And I don't think Mark Hamill's doing a whole lot right now. I know he's doing some voiceover work, but he's not on this panel. And he doesn't seem very happy. He's made some comments over the last couple months that seem to indicate that he's not real happy with how this film turned out. And if the rumors are true that, they've heavily edited this movie from what was filmed originally, and that's what the reshoots were for, as I understand it, Mark Hamill is barely going to be in this movie. They cut a lot of his scenes, a lot of flashback scenes that showed him actually being a Jedi Master, actually not being a depressed hobo, actually being the hero that the fans wanted him to be. And as I understand it, as I have been hearing, those scenes wound up on the cutting room floor, and Mark Hamill is barely in this movie because Rey has to rise. That is the point of the sequel trilogy, that the saga is going to end with Rey taking the Skywalker name, having ridiculous force powers that have never been heard of. We don't know where they came from, winding up with Luke and Leia's lightsabers, winding up with Luke's X-Wing, possibly winding up with the Falcon, and eventually just going to Tatooine and squatting in Luke Skywalker's house, taking his name. That basically the entire saga has been building towards Disney created Rey. And that's going to piss a lot of people off. But I'm glad that Daisey Ridley thinks Rey is going to get a satisfying ending, because the only way the Rey fans are going to be satisfied is if Rey gets everything, and she's going to. She's going to get everything if the leaks are true. And we think they are, based on the fact that a lot of the plot points, the magic dagger, 3PO's red eyes, the army of Star Destroyers, etc., have all been proven with each promotional clip that Disney releases. So some people aren't going to be real happy with this. I think a lot of people aren't going to be real happy with this. And I have to wonder how Oscar Isaac is feeling about this. Or maybe it has something to do with how Disney is themselves, because there's this clip going around. I saw this on Twitter this morning that Oscar Isaac is like, hell no, I'm never coming back to Star Wars again. I am out. I'm cashing in my chips. He laughs about it. And Kerry Russell's like, if they give you $3 million an episode, I don't know if that's what Ewan McGregor is getting for Obi-Wan or not. And he's like, hell no, I'm done. I'm out. I am out. I don't want to do this again. So we don't know what the deal is, but there will apparently be no more Oscar Isaac as Poe in any future Disney media. He's done. He's cashing his chips. He doesn't seem real happy about it. I mean, he seems like he's laughing, but I think he's kind of like, oh, hell no. This is a dumpster fire. I'm never going back to Star Wars, never going back to possibly Disney. I don't know. But I don't think he had a very good experience, because most actors would be like, yeah, I would do that again. Absolutely. And I think he's just like, I've had enough. I've had enough. Another actor that seems like they've had enough is John Boyega. John Boyega doesn't want to be a Disney prince. Apparently John Boyega is getting some flack from the Karens because he's doing some dirty dancing. He's doing some dirty dancing at the Notting Hill Carnival. You're going to catch wines. You whine on a girl, you know, you dance as part of the culture. Not familiar with that, but apparently it goes something like this. This is John Boyega whining and grinding, whatever he's doing. And some Disney people had a problem with this. Some Disney fans had a problem with a Disney actor, a Star Wars actor, gyrating his hips like this. Oh my God. Oh my God, a Disney prince would never do this. Finn would never do this. And John Boyega shot them down. I think it's hilarious. One Twitter user took issue with Boyega's dance move, saying it's not funny. Can you imagine strong females like Padme, Leia, or Rey in a similar situation? I can't. Boyega responded, yep, Rey would back it up. Woo! He added, oh shoosh, my responsibility is to myself. Go sit down. So yeah, that's it. They're like, oh my God, you know, how could you represent Disney? How could you represent Disney like this? How could you? Boyega was on this cooking show, and the host asked him, where'd you get in trouble? He said, I guess there were some Disney fans who were like uptight and be like, oh, someone that's part of Disney wouldn't do something like that. I'm like, shut up, man. I'm catching wines at Carnival. Yeah, you're not allowed to behave like that if you're on Disney's payroll. So maybe he doesn't want to be on Disney's payroll anymore. So here we go. Slash film, Daisey Ridley, John Boyega, and Oscar Isaac, all done with Star Wars after the Rise of Skywalker. So there's not going to be a Rise of Skywalker sequel series on Disney Plus. There's not going to be an episode 10, 11, 12 with these characters that we're aware of. But you know what? If the money talks, if this movie actually somehow does incredibly well, we'll see. Maybe in 20 years they'll call them up and say, hey, you want to come back? You want to come back so we can kill your characters off and pass the torch on to 3 more new characters that nobody has any emotional attachment to? We'll throw some money at you. So nothing ever ends with Star Wars. It did end. It did end. Slash film. It should have ended. The universe began in 77. Star Wars has expanded from the big screen to conquer TV, comics, books, video games, now streaming with Disney Plus, opening the door for more Star Wars. After the wild success of The Mandalorian, that is literally the only good Star Wars available right now, and we haven't watched episode 5, so we don't know yet. Could we see the new Star Wars trilogy trio continue their adventures even after the end of the Skywalker saga? Unlikely. Daisey Ridley, John Boyega, and Oscar Isaac say. The Rise of Skywalker stars say their adventures as Rey, Finn, and Poe are over. They're over, with no interest in any of them appearing in future Disney Plus titles. In an interview with Variety, Boyega, Ridley, and Isaac all said that The Rise of Skywalker would be the last time Rey, Finn, and Poe would have an adventure in a galaxy far, far away. The stars have no plans to appear in any future Star Wars titles, much less a Disney Plus series. As Boyega energetically declared, you ain't going to Disney Plus me, Boyega told Variety. I ain't getting no Disney Plus. I'm watching it though, but I'll stay in feature films. Wow. So it sounds to me like they're like, this is a step down. This is a step down to do Disney Plus. When asked by Collider in another interview whether he would be interested in leading a Disney Plus series, as Poe Dameron, Isaac said nope. And we did talk about that. Ridley added, I just don't know if anything could top this one. I think it's a great story and a great close, even though obviously the characters continue to exist. It would have to be extraordinary to return, and I don't know if that's possible. Yeah, you can never go home again, right? They shouldn't have gone back to Star Wars. They really shouldn't have tried to make a sequel trilogy, or at least use George's outline, I think. So, yeah, they're done. They're out. Everybody's out. Everybody's out. I think they've had their fill of Disney Star Wars. And that is that. And we will see. We will see on the 20th, or before. There's apparently a media preview on the 16th. We will find out if these leaks that everybody kept saying were not true turn out to be true after all, as I strongly suspect they will. And if that is the case, the fandom is going to have a total shit fit, and they won't have to worry about 10, 11, and 12, because nobody's going to want to see the story continued. Just my personal opinion. All right, guys, we'll talk later. Thinking about printing your own comic books, graphic novel, or manga? We recommend our friends over at PrintNinja. We've been using PrintNinja as long as they've been printing comics, and both the quality and price is excellent. Mention Clownfish TV and get an additional 5% overrun of your book order quantity printed for free. For free! That's free books, people. Just mention this offer on the phone or in the additional information box on the quote request form. That's printninja.com, or click on the link in the description below. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.